sir.
It's time to do this again.
Another week.
Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share this with somebody. Let them know we out here.
Yes, sir. Leave a comment down. Let us know how we're doing, too.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be Real Entertainment presents Sports Fit. And I'm your host, Jay Maurice, with my player partner, the notorious VIC.
Victor Garner, what up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, we coming to you from the Hall of Game, where we're giving you 360 degrees of game. For those that don't understand, that's game all the way around.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Hey, we just got completed like 2 weeks of
The season,
basketball.
yeah. Almost 10 games in.
Yeah. And it's been interesting. We've learned a little bit, but I think there's some more that it's gonna show itself.
Yep. We done had a few trades already in the young season. We done had some injuries. We done.
Now that's crazy. We done had a trade already, and we ain't even played 10 games, and it's been a trade.
Yeah, a big
James
trade.
Harden.
Big trade at that.
Yeah, but anyway, what else we got, Vic?
I want to talk about let's since you're just talking about James Harden, let's go ahead and talk about the 0-3 LA Clippers, the 0-3 new LA Clippers. They've 0-3 since they acquired, or not since they acquired, but since James Harden actually started playing in the games.
Right.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this experiment yet?
Man, I see an epic failure. They're gonna have so much talent that they ain't gonna know what to do with it, man. I mean, they ain't gonna place it right. And I feel like with all that talent, you're gonna need more than a season of actually playing together. Even though that in some form or another, those guys have played with one another. But to put all of that together and mesh it into one winning group, that's gonna be kind of difficult for them. And I don't see them. I don't even see them making the playoffs.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, the West is tough, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
the West is that tough.
The thing they've got going for them is that it's so early in the season that they've pretty much got a whole season to figure this out. They've got the whole regular season to figure this out. They started off bringing James Harden off the bench the first game. Statistically, he's not scoring, but his shooting splits are fine. He's shooting 54% from the field and 53.
Yeah, but how is the team playing with him on the court? They ain't won a game yet.
From what I've seen, man, when I've seen James Harden out there with the other guys, he's a ball watcher on offense. So like if he doesn't have a ball
watcher on defense too.
Yeah. She's gonna be watching the ball on defense. And so like
a cone.
Yeah, he'll just stand there and let the other guys do what they do, and he ain't cutting. He just standing there, and it just don't seem like a real offense right now. And the defense is terrible because he's just swiping at guys as they go past.
Reaching.
That's about it. Yeah, and so I don't think they're gonna be very good, man. They're gonna have to. It's going to have to be some major changes, and maybe some of this is kind of handled naturally just through injuries because we know Kawhi can't stay healthy,
right?
And so maybe
would the team be better when Kawhi goes to when he goes on his injury spree?
I mean, well,
I think you got to take one or two of them players and put them on the second team, much like how the Warriors did with Chris Paul.
Yeah, and they're humming.
Yeah,
they're the Warriors have looked good early in the season
with Chris Paul on that second team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though his shooting is horrible, but I got faith in CP. But back to Harden. I don't see this working out well. At least not this year. Maybe next year when they sit down and really have, dissect the formula of how they want to go forward with the four of them guys, Paul George, Kawhi, Westbrook, and Harden.
Okay, so if you were Ty Lue, how would you handle this? Like, who would you? Are you starting them all?
No.
Are you? So what would you? What would you think is the ideal situation for this team to be successful in the long run?
I would bring Harden off the bench and let him run the second team. That way, Harden just want to be Harden. Harden want to score as many points as he can. He can't do that with the first team.
Okay.
Because you got Kawhi and Paul George out there. So if he was to run with the second squad, you know what I'm saying, he'll be able to do whatever he want to do. He'll be able to be the man. Yeah. And he'll be playing against lesser competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we know he's a lesser player.
Well, he ain't.
I know he's a lesser player.
He's not the James Harden of the Houston Rockets.
Definitely not.
You know, but he's still a good player. He's still above average player.
I mean, he still brings
on offense.
He still brings positive stuff to the table. I mean, but he also takes a ton off the table too.
I feel like he kind of fucked up. He kind of fucked up when it comes to because he fucks up the team chemistry to me.
Oh, the chemistry?
Yeah, he
fucks
up the chemistry.
Not only the ball moving, but the chemistry.
Yeah, because he fucked up the chemistry on the 76ers. Now tell me this. What if the 76ers go to the finals? Once they unload
the Sixers
James.
Looking good, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen the Sixers.
Lost one game.
Tyrese Maxey been balling.
Yeah,
it's like he's been unchained. Like
he couldn't wait to get Dewey off the team. Like,
did you see him do Harden step back the other night too? He stole the step back.
Let me get that play. Come up off of that.
He's like, Maxey been balling. Embiid been balling. And those boys, it's been a addition by subtraction.
Yeah. So what if they was to go to the finals, and he blew his chance to go. Harden blew his chance to go to the finals by doing that. Being a prima donna.
I mean, but I think Harden won't lose any sleep because he want to do it his way, or he just rather not go. I feel like he just won't rather not go.
His way never got him to the finals. The only time he been to the finals is when he was with
OKC. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So his way clearly doesn't work.
I think he cool. He just happy. That's why he wanted to go back to Houston. I think he punted on the idea at that point. When he wanted to go back to Houston, he wasn't going to the finals. He was going to Houston.
Houston don't want him. Houston doing real well.
And Houston doing good.
Houston doing real well. Houston in the top 4.
Man, them young boys been balling. Emma got them young boys balling.
Yeah.
I mean, they on a little 5-game streak. We'll see. It's early in the season. We've seen teams look real good early in the season before, and we've seen teams look bad early in the season. So it's early, but the early returns, them boys look good. Emma got them boys balling.
Right, he do. He definitely do. What else we got?
All right. Well, while we're talking about Joel Embiid, you know what? Let's bounce to the because I want to ask you about another team that's not doing so hot. I want to ask you about the Grizzlies, man. They're 1-8. Last week I was saying help the bear. They were 0-3 then. Now they were 0-5 then. Now they're 1-8. So at least they picked up a win. But how bad would it have to get for you to just punt on the season and say they should tank, man? Because how far is too far gone for these guys? Because I did the math earlier, and I just assume they're 1-8 right now. So let's just say they ended 5-20, which would be 4-12 from here on out till Ja comes back. Just to get to 42-40, they'd have to go 37-20, which if they can come back and they can be one of the best teams in the league, that's doable, but it ain't gonna be easy. Well, you think they should just go, all out like that, or you think they should just go ahead and punt and get some more talent?
Those guys, they hella prideful, very very prideful. So they gonna try to do their thug fizzle. I can see them battling for that play-in spot.
I can
see them battling for that playing spot.
I mean,
and as we've seen, you can make it from the playing spot. You can go all the way to the conference finals. A la the Lakers.
I mean, if
last year.
I mean, the Lakers are.
And when Ja get back, they're gonna be a different animal.
Yeah.
Even though they missing a lot of pieces that they had.
Yeah. Steve Adams is gone for the rest of the year.
Steven Adams.
He's gone for the rest of the year, so he ain't coming back.
And Ja for 25 games.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, really, I always felt like the season don't really start until after the All-Star game.
Well, they playing like they starting to the All-Star game.
Yeah, they playing like. You're right. You're right about that. But
so,
I just think that they digging themselves a hole by starting off by only winning one game so far, and I don't really want to count them out yet because it's still early in the season.
Mm-hmm. But so, is there any scenario like? Any record in there that was, probably reasonable. I mean, I don't think it's reasonable for them to say that he's going to be 1-24. But, like, is there any record where a line of demarcation where you'd be like, man, I'm not even going to, like, push some boys like that? Because when they, the margin of error it could be so slim when he comes back. Is there any point at which you just kind of like, all right, y'all go out there, work on y'all game. Yeah, not necessarily throwing the towel, but throwing the towel, but to not try to be pushing for the playoffs, big picture, because that's gonna be because the West is so tough, man. And 42-40, that's gonna be to get to the play-in. You're gonna probably have to be that good to get to the play-in in the West, because the right now the 10th team is 4-5, which is one game under 500. So they gonna the 10th seed gonna be somewhere right around the 500 mark, and so it's gonna be a tough push to get there. And what exactly are you pushing for if if you don't think you can win the title, unless they think they can win the title this year?
I don't know. They ain't really I can't say they ain't added nothing because they added.
And they got Derrick Rose, but they lost Tyus Jones, they lost Dylan Brooks, they lost.
Ooh. And Dylan, I don't care what nobody say, he put the clamps on LeBron the last game that they played. He clamped him up. He was like, I'm tired of hearing about all that poking the bear stuff. He put that clamps on LBJ. Yeah, he only scored like about 18 or 19 points. That's LeBron-like.
They was getting ran though.
That was LeBron-like.
They got blew out the court. They got blew off the court, so it wasn't even no reason to keep them out there against Houston. They rolled them up.
They let the Rockets roll them.
They rolled them up.
The Rockets rolled them like a pair of dice.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
So you think that when they come back, no matter what the record is, they still got time, and they go ahead and try to get their seed right and try to make some noise.
Yeah, because I mean, all they need to do is to go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
All they need to do is to go on like a 8 to 13 game winning streak.
That's gonna be tough in the West.
But they don't always play all Western. I mean, they gonna catch some teams. They gonna catch some teams.
You might hit a lull on the schedule, but I mean, it's still gonna be a Denver, a Golden State, a Lakers.
And Ja gonna be fresh
around the corner. Yeah, he's gonna be fresh.
Ja gonna be fresh.
He's gonna be fresh. Let's see.
And boy, he got something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, he got something to prove, man. He got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to see him packing in just for that reason, because I want to see what Ja's gonna be able to do. I want to see if he's gonna be angry. I want to see if he's gonna be.
I just want to see
him
play
show out.
I just want him to show out. Yeah, that's all I want him to do. I just want to see Ja show out because man, he is exciting to play. I mean, he is an exciting player.
Yeah.
And I want to see him do his thizzle.
Okay. And the last thing I got on my 10 right here is we just stuck our toe into this in-season tournament. You see the courts and stuff like that. Yeah. Kind of got the court. What's your impressions of the courts, man? What do you think about the courts? You like the courts? You don't like the courts? You like some, not others?
Shit, they all look the same for real.
Yeah, just different color.
Just different coloration.
Color schemes, yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's a court, you know.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it on TV, you know it's a tournament game. Like, oh, okay, this is one of them.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's easily identify
That's good. That's
yeah.
good. Where you able to identify the in-season game. Because I was looking at the schedule, like, is this an in-season game? Is that an in-season game?
Right. Yeah, it's just they're just on every Friday and every Tuesday. Every game on the slate on those days are tournament games. Have you paid attention to like just overall the games and the competitiveness of the games? Because for the most part, the games have mostly been all close. Like the Lakers beat Phoenix yesterday, and it was a 3-point game. I mean, they beat Phoenix in a close game last week too. But I think all the games have been like competitive and for the most part, and you know, guys are trying to they're taking it serious.
Yeah, because they want to win that little money. There's some money at the end. There's some money at the end of the rainbow.
I don't even know if it's that per se.
It's like a bonus.
But they just like it's just maybe because Dame Lillard was saying that he could definitely he didn't know what was going on, but he could definitely feel an energy to it, and it was definitely like it definitely felt like something. He didn't know exactly what it felt like, but it wouldn't feel like a playoff game, but it felt like something, and guys were up for it, and you know, and so that's good. I mean, because that's the reason they're doing a tournament is to kind of break up the monotony. Because like you said, a lot of people don't think the season even starts until Christmas, you know, because games aren't on national TV as far as like regular TV, ABC. You don't have any ABC games before Christmas, and a lot of people don't really tune in mainstream wise until football's over.
Right.
And so it's just to kind of try to get people into it earlier, and then for the players too. It was kind of a lot of bad basketball in October and November and early December.
So? Yeah, I think everybody just trying to get their legs up under them, and they working on what they gonna be able to, like they go-to moves. You know.
Yeah, what they kind of try to implement what they did over the summer, trying to yeah. I mean, but it's like, and maybe not so much anymore, but like you know, like it would be a lot of guys. Especially like, you know, back in the Shaq days, like guys trying to play themselves in shape when they came into the season. And so you'd have like guys like not really be conditioned right, or just to not be like sharp. You know, some guys just, you know, they put a basketball down and not pick one up for 2 months, you know.
Right.
And so guys aren't really, you know, can come into the early season and their shots aren't sharp, their moves aren't, you know, sharp, you know. But I'd say the basketball's been pretty good, man.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, the basketball's been pretty good. Like I was watching Luka eat up the Clippers the other night, man. He was torching them.
Yeah.
Him and Kyrie, man, they put it on the Clippers, and yeah, it's just been a lot of entertaining basketball, and like
the teams that surprised me has been Dallas, Phoenix, Milwaukee, and the 76ers.
Oh, not all for good reasons.
No, not all of them for good reasons. I said they surprised me. Like, I didn't expect for Phoenix to be a 500 team. You know what I'm saying? They in that 500 realm.
Right, it's still early, but
it's still early. But
I mean, they've played the Lakers twice. They've played the Nuggets. So that's 3 games right there that'd be real tough.
But hold on, they lost twice to San Antonio. And Wemby,
but we know Wemby ain't no slouch, man.
Wemby,
he ain't no punk, man.
Yeah, but you know, one man can't win no. You know what I'm saying? Can't really win no game. Not just one man. You know, it's gonna at least be 9 others.
I mean, it seemed like Wemby had more help than KD did in those games, because I think he might have had Booker for one of those games,
and then he had Bill for the other.
He had Bill last night. I think Bill just came back.
Oh,
yeah, he didn't have
Bill that first. No.
Yeah, he didn't have Booker or Bill the other game that they lost. So you know, I just think they probably just had just.
I think it's a part of they lost a whole lot when they made that Bill trade, and lost all that, they would have been able probably to beat them, man. You know, even with Booker out or, you know what I'm saying, not having Beal on the team. They lost. They cleaned the cupboard out when they made that trade.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and that's when, you know, when you take a gamble like that, your guys got to be healthy. You guys got to play, because you know when you trade out that much to get one guy, you know, it's that makes your team real unbalanced and, you know, real shallow. You don't have a deep team. Like you know, you murder your death. So you need all your guys to be there. You need your big names to be there. And when they're not, then that's the position you put yourself in.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not crying for the Suns.
No.
You know, so
no, I'm not.
So, you know, they just gotta wait to get all their guys ready. Right now they got Beal and Durant playing. I'm sure at some point Durant's gonna go out because, you know, he's the oldest guy they got. You know, he's played all the games. But yeah, I mean, they just gotta get
too many games now if he's going to be MVP.
Oh, who said that?
I mean, he's always in contention of being MVP.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think he'll be in that. I mean, maybe he'll be in that conversation though when they get Booker back, and then they can kind of go on a run. But I'm just talking about like sitting for rest here and there. I'm not really talking about him like going out for an injury per se. But you know, he's an older player now, so that's always in that realm of possibility. You know, when players get older, you know, just kind of staying available can be tough.
Right.
So, especially when you're playing the kind of minutes they're playing, which is, you know, why, you know, kind of worry about LeBron playing a minute low he's playing, and Anthony Davis was leading the league in minutes.
Yeah, but he ain't leading the Lakers.
And so,
hey D, where you at, baby? We looking for you.
We played last night.
Go upstairs and get that milk cart and see if you're on the back of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That guy is missing.
Oh man!
But back to it. Let me see. Dallas. Oh man, Dallas is playing. Kyrie is he back yet?
Oh yeah, he's been playing good all year, man.
But he was out for a couple.
Oh yeah, he was going right at James Harden the other night, man. Like,
oh yeah, because you know he got something he got something against dude. Like, man, look, bro, I ain't like you. I'm gonna show you that I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you that you garbage on defense, and I'm gonna run you around, and you're gonna be too tired to really do your offense, and the coach ain't gonna really let you get off like that.
Well, I'm gonna kind of go through some of the things that like stand out at the standings, and I'll just ask your opinion about, you think these guys will kind of stay in that position, or you think they're gonna drop, you know, to the bottom, or even drop out? Like right now, we got Philly at 7-1 in the East. We got Boston 6-2, second place. Third place, we got the
jockey back and forth.
Third place, we got the Indiana Pacers 6-3.
Surprise.
They just beat the Bucks. I was at the game when they beat the Bucks.
You was there?
54 points for Giannis,
Did you
man.
see that? You seen that 50? You was in the crowd?
I seen that 50 piece, yeah, up close and personal, man.
Shuggy now.
He was hitting free throws like you couldn't believe, man.
Who was?
Giannis was. He hit damn near every free throw. He at least hit 12 to 15 free throws. He was hitting everything. And it was crazy to see him give that game up at the end. Because they were down damn near 20 in the first quarter. Yeah. And then they came all the way back and took like an 8-point lead. And then they gave it up there at the end because they started doubling Giannis and nobody else could do anything. That's when they needed Dame. Dame, you know, we went up there and Dame didn't play.
Oh, he didn't play?
Yeah, Dame, he ain't playing tonight either. So, said his calf. I didn't really see anything in that game because they played that night before. I don't remember seeing anything. But Dame went ahead and finished that game and they won the game. And but yeah, he didn't play against the Pacers and isn't playing tonight against Orlando. So we'll see about that within the Dame front. But the Pacers, how do you feel about the Pacers? You think? Halliburton was balling, and Benedict Mathurin balling. They was balling.
I've seen this from the Pacers one other time. It's early, and I don't see them staying with it
You
yet.
skeptical? Yeah, I get
I'm
it. Yeah.
very skeptical. I ain't sold on the
I
Pacers.
mean, you think they fall out the picture completely? You think they stay? They probably stay in the play-in argument.
They gonna stay in the playoffs, but they're gonna be in the lower bracket.
Okay.
In the lower half.
Okay. And then we got ATL back up in the building, entering the chat at 5-3, the 4 spot.
They playing real well, but it's early, and I feel like they're gonna fall too.
We got and then the aforementioned Bucks, they 5-3. They in the 5th spot right now.
Man, that's a surprise for me because you know they was projected as going to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like they can climb. You think they stay there? You think they climb? What do you think? Right now, they in the 5 spot.
In the 5 spot, they gonna definitely climb. They gonna definitely climb.
Okay. And then at the 6th spot, you got the Knicks at 500, 4-4. We got the Heat at 7-7, and then we got the Raptors at 4-4 also. And well, let me go ahead and go down to the 9th spot because 9th we got 6 through 9 are all tied at 4-4. So it's the Knicks, the Heat, the Raptors, and Orlando. Who do you think would be the best team out of all those 4 teams? Knicks, Heat, Toronto, and Orlando. All 4-4. Toronto and Orlando.
I ain't sold on the young boys in Orlando.
Okay.
That's your squad.
Yeah,
Okay, I ain't sold on them.
Okay, we're going to sell you. We got a bridge for you.
The Knicks and the Heat and Toronto. Naturally, I probably would say Toronto, but I'm feeling like the Knicks is doing things. The Knicks is moving in a direction that's upward.
I mean, when they all 4-4.
Yeah. But
You believe in the Knicks more so than the rest of the teams. That's for right now, early in the season.
Yeah. Because I mean, what Toronto got? Scotty Barnes and Obi
Anunoby, Pascal Siakam,
and Pascal,
Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, they got Schroeder. That's right. They
Yeah,
got Schroeder.
He's been playing for him too.
They got Schroeder. So
Yeah,
he
he's been
took
balling.
the Fred VanVleet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know, man. I would say it'd definitely be between the Knicks